We have this beautiful public beach. They decided to build a hotel. Here it's all about hotels. So they just blocked this beautiful beach and they put a wall.
On weekends, Melanie Janelle comes down to skate along that beachfront. She has a passion for skating. In Montreal, she was a figure skater, almost making it to Canada's national team. And just as it is in Canada, skating outdoors here turns out to be definitely a seasonal pastime.
During summer, it's so hot that if you want to do sport, you have to do it in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, because at 7 o'clock, it's already like 40 degrees, so you just forget about it. I've been here for 1 year and a half. The first year was quite difficult to find a place where to live. I rented a villa not really far from the beach, and I have 4 roommates. We are 3 Canadian, 1 French guy, and 1 British girl, but all engineers. It just happened that, we just get along, so we decided to live together.
Melanie works as an engineer, debugging computer glitches connected to piloting helicopters. It often requires some hands-on testing.
When I want to test my system or the new fix I did, I need to fly it. So that's the reason of a bit of practice, and I learn a bit by myself. I never flew in a real helicopter, never. Maybe one day. Oh no! Okay.
Simulators can help pilots prepare for real-life situations. But there's no simulator that prepares expats for the realities of the great divide between them and the local Emirati.
At my work, there's no Emirati. Yeah, there's just no opportunity to meet them. The culture is different. Yeah, they are different.
Adding to the cultural divide is a slew of local rules expats are expected to know and follow.
So they have a lot of regulations for us, which is normal, all these strangers coming to your country. So we need a permit for the alcohol. Everything, we need a letter from our company. And they mention about our salary. For the alcohol permit, depending on your salary, you can buy a little bit more per month. So you get a high salary, okay, you can get drunk a lot.
But this is also a land which has Sharia law. And it's not just Muslim women's rights that are affected.
It's not easy to be a woman here, and especially single. So what I do sometimes, like everything about car, about the bank, or if I have any trouble, I call my colleagues and they help me. So they just pretend that they are my husband. So I do that often, yeah. Like here, the culture, the Arabic culture and the Indian culture, they see women differently. And I want to know more about their culture, and especially the women, because it's more difficult to talk to them. You don't see them often. You see them at the shopping center. Otherwise, on the street, they're just in the car, and they just don't see inside. We have to understand, we are in a Muslim country, but it's okay.
At the home of Alia Al-Shamsi, it's not uncommon to find her in the traditional Dubai black gown, known as an abaya.
We wear whatever most women wear, but with just the black on top. We wear it for cultural and heritage reasons. This is part of our identity. A few people think, they're oppressed and this is not a good thing, and why do I see it like, why not? I'm living here. It's part of the culture. And it's a nice thing to show that this is what Emiratis wear. We want to hold on to our culture, but we can't really live that kind of life our grandfathers had, because obviously everything has changed.
Alia has chosen to pursue a career in what was traditionally a profession only open to males.
When I first said I want to go into photography and I want to become a photographer, they looked at me like, are you mad? Are you crazy? What kind of future can that give you?
Working as one of the first professional female photographers in Dubai does have some advantages.
I know the people, and being a national makes it a lot easier on me. So I can go into places, I can talk to people, and I can gain their trust. Especially being a woman, I've actually noticed that I gain their trust, because I walk into a house, I walk into a home, and I'm not a threat. I'm not seen as a threat. I'm a tiny little girl with a camera, and so they tend to relax. Smile, Betty.
The newest generation of Emirati is not satisfied with following stereotypes. Ahmed Ben Shabib, along with his twin brother, have started Dubai's newest lifestyle magazine called Brown Book.
We feel that Brown Book will become a lifestyle medium for communication from the Middle East by a younger generation from within this market to the international population. First of all, it's for people like me. I'm the next generation in the market. I speak English. We speak the international language of business, which is English, and we actually grasp it much easier than Arabic. And we wanted to go global. We wanted to go international.
Their other new enterprise is certainly a lot less global in scope.
Brown Bag is an online store that delivers within the hour, any hour, within Dubai. So basically it's groceries, magazines, movie rentals. And ever since our launch last year in July, we've rounded up about 7,500 customers in Dubai, and we get about 70,000 hits a week.
These are brand new endeavors, breaking with what was the family's traditional business, real estate development.
The previous generation came and they joined the family without any questions, without any hesitations. I think we face, as a second generation, a frustration of breaking the norm, whether it be socially breaking the norm or in the business life. And we want to become basically participants to the international community.
However, there is one tradition that the new generation is loath to give up. That long white cloak that's been worn by Emirati men for centuries.
If you look at us as a new generation, I'm wearing the Kandora. Why do I wear this? I think it's just identifying our roots and trying to communicate our roots, whether it be in our business, whether it be in our social conduct, or whether it be in our lifestyle, whatever it may be.
Currently, the fashion is for young, withered Emirati men to doff their headscarves at work. They also seem to have given up on their razors.
I think, the stubble, I think Brad Pitt inspired us. No, I think it's just how we express ourselves. And I think it's attractive to the girls as well, so.
Seeing superficial cosmetic changes might be one thing, but a more surprising change is going on at the battle for the beach. That wall, which put an end to access to the beach, had generated a rare public outcry among the expats.
Last week, somebody started petition. And, you know, on internet, it can go really, like, a lot of people sign. And I sign. I send that to all my friends. And lucky we are, they decided, okay, we're going to stop this. They will remove the wall. And then all the expats will be able to go again on the beach.
It seems that the man with the unelected supreme authority, Sheikh Mohammed, had actually listened to the people, even if they were just expats. Dubai has become a magnet for the young and ambitious from around the world, drawn by the lure of opportunity and money.
It's basically all expats here. So I live here, and this is just one room. Basically what I've got here, I've got my bed. There are two side tables. It's a furnished room. And I've got a chest full of my clothes and a fridge. And there's a bathroom on the side. This costs me 5,500 dirhams a month. And I think that's equivalent to about $1,800 Canadian.
Devinder Rowe is 31 years of age. After working for 6 years in the pharmaceutical industry in Canada, he's come to Dubai looking for something else.
I left a perfectly good position back home, and I'm getting interviews in the real estate sector, in the engineering sector, because they need people. From a professional perspective, there is no better place, I think, in this world to come than right here, right now. And that's why I'm here. People come here when they're single, they can take a chance. They can take a chance on their career, on their professional life, and their personal life. People come here for 2 years, 3 years, and then they want to go home. So they work very hard here, but they play very hard. And it's amazing. It's extremely expensive. They're out and about, meeting people at the same time. They realize that they're going to go back to a regular life. It is a hedonistic lifestyle. Money is one side. The other is how attractive you are. And if you're not decent looking, then you don't represent a good image for any company. Apparently now all these plastic surgery, everything is moving here. Everybody's good looking. You go out to the bars and everything, everybody's fit because people are so conscious of what they look like. I find everybody is attractive, except me.
With so many South Asians working and living in Dubai, a place that some call the best-run Indian city in the world, the vendor should by rights fit right in.
I'm visibly Indian, visibly Sikh. People treat you a different way. You go into the shopping malls, you go into the stores, and you're always the second to be attended to. If there's a local in the area, then they're always the first to be, helped. One time I was ordering food, and the food was basically right at the front, ready to go. He was going to bring it to my table, and a local came in, said he can't be served before I am, and kind of moved me aside, and he sat down. They didn't give me my food. They couldn't give me my food until he was served and eating.
The Emirati are acutely aware that this tsunami of foreigners is having a profound impact on them and their lives.
Many of us, the majority of us, let me say, do not like the fact that we are becoming a minority in our own country. And I think this is one of the negative side effects of this massive growth, this double-digit fast growth that the city has gone on to. So there is a problem because we are becoming something like a 20% in our own country, and it's not a good feeling.
Many nationals, they would feel that they are strangers on their own land, especially if they go to the old quarter market. If you go sea of different nationalities, an Arab wearing a traditional cloth will be just a drop in that sea. Some of the aspects also that affected the culture is the moral behaviors. One would see if he's going with his family to the seaside, that there are certain ways of dressing that are not suitable and contradicts with our religion, with our culture, but it is there. We feel sad that no one says anything about it.
It's all the more difficult to speak out since Sheikh Mohammed has decreed that one of Dubai's current priorities is tourism.
If you want to be a tourist hub and you want to be a tourist center, you have to provide, the niceties of life. And I think that's just part of it. Anywhere you go, Dubai or London or any big cities, there are, nightlives, and there are good lives, and there are, it's the soft side of life. And you have to, to attend to that too.
With the exception of drugs, internet porn, and drinking and driving, Dubai seems remarkably tolerant of most vices found in the West, including prostitution. But not everyone is happy about it.
Of course, it's an offense to see a prostitute either walking in the street or being in the hotel, or dressing or calling her clients publicly, and it's outrageous to find such a thing in Arab and Muslim country.
One nightclub had become particularly notorious. Every night, up to 600 women from former Iron Curtain countries in Asia, officially here as kindergarten teachers or domestic help, would show up to work the night shift. No one is saying why it suddenly closed its doors, but prostitution continues to thrive, even though it is officially illegal.
And if that's what attracts the expats and what makes them feel comfortable, and if that's their business and if that's what they want to do, so be it, This is not an invitation for the Muslims to be corrupted. If they don't want to touch these places, there are plenty of mosques, there are plenty of prayer places that you could go to. So you don't have to go to the bars and to the nightclubs and to the what have you, So I think this is a place that have recognized that diversity is essential.
Non-Muslims are allowed to practice their religion. Virtually every Christian denomination has a house of worship. There's even a temple that Sikhs and Hindus use, but still no synagogues. And it's still officially forbidden to enter the country using an Israeli passport, although there are no prohibitions against Jews traveling to Dubai.
This is also an experiment in social tolerance. people that don't get along with each other outside. They come in here and they get along with each other extremely well.
A rich brew of war, instability, and terrorism bubbles in the region that surrounds Dubai.
This is a region that is very volatile. This is a region that is full of crisis. Why Dubai has stayed out of it, that's, a miracle of a sort, and I hope it stays that way. I hope nobody comes and tampers with the security and the safety and the stability of this place.
The American carrier battle groups that patrol the Arabian Gulf around Iran and Iraq have made Dubai a regular port of call for servicing ships and shopping sailors. Its importance has even been publicly recognized by a prominent supporter in Washington.
They are a key partner for our military in a critical region. And outside of our own country, Dubai services more of our military ships than any country in the world.
The American president and the American Navy might think of Dubai as a trustworthy ally, but the American Congress had a different idea, with shocking results for Dubai. World. Deal. A political firestorm broke out in Washington. Security concerns, ultimately scuttling the deal.
Honestly, we have been disappointed. We really within misconception. There, self.
U.S. Which just office here. Of a
for us.
Marina. Begin with.
Whatever is a big risk. Was the ruler speeches to us, to a smaller group. He said, one upon a time, I, as a leader, keep Dubai the way it is, a traditional state, or take a totally different direction and take the risk. And at that time, we started to think beyond the box.
Thinking beyond the box has also meant moving beyond the borders of Dubai. The Jumeirah Group, another of Dubai Inc.'s corporations, is out there buying high-end hotel operations, including New York City's Essex House Hotel. Burj Dubai, a Dubai Stock Exchange holding company controlled by Sheikh Mohammed, is in the process of buying almost 20% of NASDAQ, one of the U.S. key stock exchanges, and almost 30% of the London Stock Exchange. Dubai Inc. is also investing in another desert city, Las Vegas.
It is trying to make a point for itself and for everybody else that we could build probably the first ever non-oil economy in this region that is primarily an oil-oriented region. And we could make a non-oil economy that is infinitely better than an oil-based economy.
Dubai's impact on its immediate neighbors is already having an effect. As Burj Dubai continues to soar ever upwards, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Kuwait, and Qatar have each announced plans to erect even taller buildings. The latest report is that they will be joined by another company from, of all places, Dubai. Nakheel, another member of Dubai Inc., has plans to surpass the Burj Dubai. The race is on. Evening by the time the last and the richest of the races at the Dubai World Cup are run. Some of the thoroughbreds' owners are vying for prize money bigger than any in the racing world. But Sheikh Mohammed is betting on something even bigger, a city-state unlike any in the world today.
I think this is the kind of tolerant, modern, acceptable Islam that prevails in here. And this is Islam that goes along well with modernity, goes along well with globalization, that is not extremist or fundamentalist in any way, and I hope this is the kind of Islam that is spreads around.
Whether this Dubai is really an economic and social miracle, or merely another desert mirage, depends on Sheikh Mohammed's acumen and continued good fortune. And unfortunately for Sheikh Mohammed, this year's winning purse of $6 million was not won by him. However, the money will stay in Dubai, for tonight's big winner just happens to be Sheikh Mohammed's brother. One way or another, Dubai Inc. looks like it's still on a winning streak.